What's up everybody, Shadow Ninja here and welcome back to Rage Quit. Today we are going to be doing a review on Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It came out a couple days ago and I thought I'd give it a try considering I played the last two renditions of Tomb Raider and I really like those games. So let's just get on with the review. Alright, you know how this goes. We start off with the story first. It's pretty much a standard story for a Tomb Raider game. Lara Croft and her partner Jonah have to go on a ridiculous adventure in Peru this time to stop Trinity from getting artifacts that could mean the destruction of the world. This story concept was present in the last two games, and I don't blame the devs for not switching it up a bit, considering it's a trilogy and it's following one flowing story across three separate expeditions, but it felt very predictable at times. But the story wasn't the main reason why I wanted to play the game, so it's really not a big deal. Let's talk about graphics. Just to say right off the bat, characters in the game look great and are explicitly detailed. Lara herself looks the best out of everyone, and for good reason, she's the main character, but you can even see small details on her face that just add to the realism of the character. And the open world environment looks fantastic. The jungles of Peru look real and the sights are amazing. The devs really captured the environments as they always do with Tomb Raider games, but this one in particular shines above the rest because of the vivid details. Everything from monolith structures, face carved from rocks, the trees, animals, everything just looks great. Now for gameplay and standard mechanics. If you've played the previous games, you already know that Lara starts the game off with practically nothing and has to work her way up, upgrading her gear, abilities, getting new costumes, finding new weapons, you name it. You gotta do it all. This game is almost the same, but gives you some of the more advanced gear that you had to grind hours to get in the previous games right off the bat, like the grappling hook, the upgraded pickaxe, and rope and fire arrows. The skill tree is a lot larger now, giving us three separate categories to master. I believe it's hunting, standard survival, and combat. And each upgrade is essential, and you can get them by unlocking perks from tombs, proceeding with the story, or by just upgrading manually. And as far as the combat goes, it's pretty fun. There's a new mechanic now where you can put mud on yourself, Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator style, to hide up against walls and take enemies down one by one. And in every conflict, it starts off as a stealth sequence, and then turns into a gunfight once you are discovered. But stealth combat is very satisfying, especially when you get more upgrades to take down enemies in different ways. I prefer the stealthy approach and never really aim for gunfire combat because I personally don't think gunplay is super fun. It can be a little annoying as some enemies are skittish, and I'd much rather control my environment and act like a predator rather than be Rambo gunning down Trinity dudes with an AK. That's just me though. Now lastly, let's cover the open world. The whole game is filled with ancient artifacts, crafting items, tombs, and much more. They still kept the learning languages concept in the game to be able to read monoliths, so that's fun for some extra XP, and the tombs and puzzles are a little bit tedious and annoying as they always are, but they usually give good upgrades and rewards for completing them. I don't know, I was never really too big on puzzles in video games, but it is a Tomb Raider game, so I can't complain much. Alright, so now to sum it all up with a rating. Mostly everything in the game was enjoyable. The story kinda had its slump, it was kinda the same as the other games, and it didn't really switch anything up. And the graphics are great as always, the gameplay is mostly fun, and the open world is vast and full of exploration, so for these reasons, Shadow of the Tomb Raider gets an 8 out of 10, or 4 out of 5. It's a good game if you're a Tomb Raider fan and love challenging and thought-provoking gameplay, but of course, it's not perfect. So if you're thinking about giving it a try, then go ahead, buy it. Thank you guys for watching this review, and I will see you on the next one.